Hello everybody and welcome back to another video from Exploration Commons. Today we're going to be doing a bit of a different one, so we're hopping into Adobe Illustrator and we're going to learn about image tracing. So essentially what we're doing is we're taking, images we find off of the internet and transforming them from PNGs and JPEGs into scalable vector graphics, otherwise known as SVGs. This can be used in a multitude of different things, whether it be graphic design work you may be doing at home, or possibly working on a project for one of our laser engravers. This is a great way of altering your artwork or graphics you find online to better fit the work that we do here at Exploration Commons when you come in to bring your projects in. So without further ado, let's hop on into it. So first we got Adobe Illustrator up. I'm going to hit a new file here, and granted the size of our artboard doesn't matter, so I'm just going to click letter size and hit create. And we'll hop on into here. So essentially what we'll be doing is, like I mentioned earlier, is image tracing. So to get to there, you'll need to be in the tracing tab. You can be in the essentials, which is a little bit different to get to, but I can show you both ways just to make sure you got it. But if you're going to do it in the essentials tab, you got to go into object and you got to do image trace. So it is right in here whenever you do your stuff. But for ease of mind, going into the tracing layout, it's right here instead, which is a lot more accessible. So what we're going to do is I found this cool little puzzle piece design. So I'm going to take that right from the internet, copy it and paste it, and you can see it comes right in here like this. So let's say I want to make this for like a t-shirt, or I wanted to make these puzzle pieces different colors for a logo design I came up with. And just kind of spitballing, I was thinking, you know what, let's try this out with this image I found. It looks pretty cool. So the problem with this is if I go over here, you can see this fill tab. I can go in here and click this, but nothing happens. I can't edit this image. I can't do anything to this image. It's just kind of static. Along with that, there's this white background that's going outside my artboard. It's just kind of a mess. So we need to change this so that we can edit it fully as an SVG. Another reason we want to make it an SVG is because a scalable vector graphic can, as it says a bit in the name, can scale without losing value. So this image here is a PNG. JPEGs do the same thing essentially, but PNG is a little more higher end. But if you go into here and I zoom in, you can see that in these PNGs, it's all pixelated. And as I zoom in, you can see these gray outlines coming out here. You can see it gets less and less quality. All that stuff. It just kind of looks fuzzy. From a distance, it's not bad, but up close, you can definitely tell it's pixelated. To fix that, again, SVGs will take care of it. Instead of being made with pixels, they actually use mathematical equations to make lines that can scale infinitely and keep their value the entire time. So it's definitely the best way to go as far as graphic arts are concerned. So to do this, if we hit our image here and to make sure it's selected, we can go to the image trace. And up here there's a couple different little windows and tabs. We're not going to worry about all of these as they're getting a little more complicated, but all we really need to worry about is the preset. So if we go into the preset, you can see there's different options: the high fidelity photo, low fidelity photo, 3 colors, 6 colors, 16 colors, shades of gray, black and white, sketch art, silhouettes, line art, and technical drawing. All of these do a little bit of different things depending on what you want to do. High fidelity photo will capture all of the pictures, the colors that are there. Low fidelity photo will capture a little bit of the less of the colors. 3 colors will only take 3 colors from the graphics. 6, same thing. 16, same thing. Shades of gray will pretty much capture everything in black and white and put it into a gray hue. Black and white logo is just black and white that it captures. Straightforward. And sketch art, silhouettes, line art, and technical drawing are kind of like different effects that it creates with it. So I'll show you each of those and run through it. But for now, let's just do the black and white logo because it's all we need. And if I click that, you can see immediately, it's very subtle, but it immediately sharpens up the image. And you can I can immediately tell, but as you zoom in, you can see there's no longer any pixels. It's all very smooth. It doesn't lose any of its quality when you zoom in. The other cool thing here too is that we can actually edit each of these puzzle pieces now by doing what's called expanding it, because what it's done is every single one of these lines that it's made is actually a scalable vector graphic, and along with the white and then these lines are all each individually editable. So all of these can be edited and tampered with while using the expanding tool. So to use the expand tool, all we got to do is have our image selected like so, go up here on the top of the taskbar and hit expand. And when that happens, it separates everything out. So now we have the puzzle pieces. You can see it's all outlined. And the way to select everything individually is to go up here to the left tools and to go to our direct select tool. You can see these dots kind of appear, and now I can freeform and click things. So I can click this white background. You can see it selects. I can now edit the curves on it. I can move stuff around. I can also just delete it if I don't want it there, which granted I don't. And if I want to fill in how these puzzle pieces look, I can go to Properties, I can go to Fill, and now all of this is changeable. So I can go in here, make this green, I can go in here and make this orange, I can go to this one and make it blue, I can go to this one and make it yellow, and just like that, you know, you can make your own custom stuff or play around with graphic arts, all that kind of different things really quick by using the SVGs. If I don't want these lines here, I can delete these guys. Just a couple delete clicks. Sometimes they take more than one because there's a lot of there's like more than one line in there. And just like that, look at that, we have our own custom image we've made up by taking that inspiration. Now, granted, I'm going to delete all this real quick by just selecting everything, deleting it. Let's say we want to do a colored image. So if I go here and I copy, I'm a big fan of the outdoors. If I Control V in this picture of a forest and I bring this over here. Now, granted, this would be a lot to configure. What we could do here is if we click on this, go to Image Trace, we can do a couple different things. So let me first actually get in this tool here. There we go. So make sure in your main selection tool you're doing this. So I click here. If I go to my black and white logo, you can see how well it doesn't pick this up. Now you can play with this threshold a little bit. It kind of helps by detecting the white and the black. So I can kind of move this a little bit around and play with it. But I can also go up here into custom. I can do a shades of gray, and that might take a second to smooth that out. And you can see this looks still a little fuzzy. It's not too much in tune, but it's kind of there. I can also go into here and do into this guy right here and do I can show you the sketched art I was talking to you about. You see that also kind of looks a little weird. It's kind of like black and white, but a little bit different. I can do silhouettes, very ornate, but abstract. That's the word I'm looking for. I can do line art, which that looks even more abstract. Looks like some really crazy looking stuff there. I can also do technical drawing. These ones I don't use that much. I'm just showing you just for the sake of you seeing them. But for this one, I would probably say we could try 16 colors. See how this looks. That might take a second to smooth that out. And you can see something like that. Now you got this really kind of cool cartoonish looking forest scene that you just had as an image. Now, to use this with the laser engraver and stuff, what you actually could do is you could actually go in and change the settings for each of these colors to do a custom level of engraving if you wanted to get like deeper engraves and darker engraves. So for example, if you wanted the trees to be a little bit of a lighter engrave while the mountain was a very dark engraving, you could do stuff like that and change the settings around, which is pretty cool. You know, otherwise you could use it for some cool artwork if you want to make cool custom designs for backgrounds of your computer or your desktop, or you're making logos, that kind of stuff. I can go into here and do a high fidelity photo. Now this is going to take as many colors as it possibly can get. It takes the longest to do. I'm not sure how much better it'll be than the 16 colors, but we can check that out. So you can see it's all a little bit more minute. It's definitely more crisp. You can see more of the trunks of the trees here. You know, and then you can make some cool looking logo out of this if you wanted to. And this works for any image. You know, you can bring anything in. You know, really complicated stuff. Sometimes it works better with some images than others. Of course, it all depends on the colors, the lighting, all that kind of stuff. But you can easily say you can make something really quick with just a generic image like this. You know, you can even go in here and do like a very, you know, if I did a very quick looking, like if I did a circle here. Bring that to the center and do something like this. Pretty sure this should work. Let's see. Clipping mask make. Look at that. Real straightforward, real easy, cool little, you know, ornate modern logo like that using the image trace tool. So hopefully you learned something from that video. I know it's a bit more of a shorter tutorial. But, you know, granted, it's a very powerful tool in the right hands. So keep on creating, and we'll see you guys next time.